That'd be absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this podcast forever, and this is the worst damn podcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to G.W.R. Gonzo'S Wrestling Room. Monday, May 1st, 2023. This year's flying by already.
Yeah, it is.
We're close to halfway through the year now already.
We have to build an ark. How much rain we've been getting.
Yep.
And cold, man. What happened to this 60, 70 degree weather we was having?
Supposed to get up about in the 60s, high 60s and 70s this weekend.
I got that show last night, and I went in, and I came back out of intermission, and fuck, it was colder than hell. I couldn't believe how cold it was. I went and sat in the car to smoke. Then Joey told me I could smoke in his office. I started sitting there and smoke with him. He said, "This is my office." I said, "I know it's your office, but it ain't my office." Hey, Kelly.
What's up, Glenn?
The weather pulled a good hill turn on us.
Yeah, it did pull a good hill turn on us.
Good.
But I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez and Marcus Fine. How's it going, guys?
Doing good.
Okay, well, we'll jump right into it. Marcus, I know you went to, and Chris also went to the show this weekend, worked the show. So let you go first, Marcus, with the shows that you went to.
All righty. WCWO had their main final, what is that called? I don't remember what they called it.
I think it was Final Destination.
That could be.
I think
I think that's what it was.
It was their monthly major card. Another packed house. Some of the matches, Jordan James defeated Luke Savage to keep the Gunslinger champion. Dutch Boy Platinum defeated Zay Gates to keep the territorial championship. Ruthless Domination defeated Jackson Morgan and Brody Botkins to keep the tag belts. No title changes Friday night. And then Dalton Love defeated Damon Real for the Outlaw title. So we were all surprised that there was no title changes at a major card, but it was a good show. Very good.
You have a favorite match?
Oh, my. I would have to say probably, oh, man. No, I don't really have a favorite. They were all pretty solid.
Okay.
So, then on Saturday, we went to JICW in Martinsville. And the title matches on that show only had one change. So out of the 8 title matches I've seen this weekend, only one title change, which was kind of surprising. But Casey Grim Santos defeated Escorpion Dorado in a cruiserweight title match, and he kept his belt. The Criminal Misfits defeated the Solution in a reverse decision. The Solution hit him with a pair of brass knucks, pinned him. The referee made the pin. They dropped the brass knucks when they held the titles up, and the referee put them back on the other team. So the Criminal Misfits are still the JICW tag title holders. Jonathan Scrutch defeated Nick Diamond for the IC title, to retain the IC title. And then Aaron Atlas did defeat Big T Thomas Moore to become the new JICW Openweight champion. And if you want it, I got a honorary mention. This will be my match of the night. For a match that really wasn't supposed to happen, but the way people come in and go, they changed it around. So Brody Botkins and Jake Elliott defeated Dalton Love and Luke Savage cleanly.
Really?
So outstanding match. And what I was going to add, what I said I'd wait till we went live. Since Brody Botkins and Jake Elliott defeated Savage Love, I feel they ought to be now the number one contenders for the AACW titles because they pinned the AACW champions.
Yeah.
And a bigger one than that, Jake Elliott pinned Dalton Love cleanly in the center of the ring. So I feel that Jake Elliott should now become the number one contender for the Outlaw title at the Dub.
Yeah, you
So-
can make a case for that.
So it was an outstanding show, little long. We discussed that a little bit, but we get a lot of respect. A lot of people come. I mean, we are we're wrestling favorites. I don't know how you say it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Every one of them come up to us and thanked us for what we do. And they even had a parking spot set up because they had an auction going on at the fairgrounds. Plus FEMA set up because they had the big tornado that went through.
Yeah.
So FEMA's got their locker room covered. So they had to revamp how they did that. But they had a parking spot set up just for Kelly and I to walk in. So, yeah, it was a fantastic show. Just a little long.
That's awesome, man. And Marcus, by the way, you and Kelly, you guys deserve you guys deserve that credit and how they treat you with the respect and stuff. You guys really deserve that. So, 100%.
Hello, Billy.
Glenn said JICW looked good.
Yeah, they didn't have as many people as he wanted, but
Glenn says
the crowd was
Thanks, Glenn.
solid. And another good thing we've seen, they had a star come in. Yeah, they had a Jebediah Blackheart, something
Yes.
like that. He was
I've
the
heard of him.
star. And he did a seminar. And when we got back from lunch, because Roger and us went to lunch and came back, we had barbecue, but we had wings. Tony. But we come back and they're all sitting in like a circle in the ring, and he's talking to them, and he got up, shook their head. At the end of the night, he helped tear down the ring. He was right there with them. It was fantastic. To have the star do what he did. So, and there's pictures. If you guys want to see them, go to my Facebook for both shows. So
Cool. Chris, you want to go over the show you was at a little bit?
yeah, I was at AWR Return of the Outlaws. Excuse me. It was at the Dub. They had a good crowd. Building was pretty much packed. I was in the back for most of it, so a couple times I went out there. Building was packed. Had a good card. Mickey Knuckles against Nick Webb in the main event was a death match. It was a good match, entertaining.
it's Nate Webb, though, right?
Nate Webb, yes, Nate Webb.
He used to wrestle around here a lot, so
Yeah,
I
Nate
didn't know
Webb.
he was still wrestling. So
That was a good match, and then you also had the match with Nate Matthews, Eric Dillinger, Brannigan, and Aaron Atlas. That was a good 4-way match. But it was a solid show. Had 6 matches. This was my first time going to an AWR show, and I would definitely go back and watch one. Maybe next time I'll sit out in the crowd. But I don't know, that glass flying around.
oh,
I'll sit back and you could hear the boom. I mean, you could hear like the boom when them
tubes hit.
them things would bust. Yeah, you could hear it back there where we was at. Joey Owens was standing right beside me. And he was just like, nope. He said, I've done some of that before, but nope.
All right, I got a couple more things. Great.
He
Go
said
ahead.
you convince yourself it's a good idea, but then when you get done, you're like, why the hell did I do that? But no, it was a fun show. Hey, how's it going, Jake? But yeah, it was a fun show.
WCWO set up for their big show at the end of May. IK3 and Blake Money Wright in a Chairs of Insanity match. And I guess the way that works is you cannot claim a pin or anything until after 20 chairs have been used. So
We need to go to that.
Yes.
yeah, I knew that was solid.
That's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, I talked to Excalibur's wife, and they were at a show Friday night. Acme, I'm not sure what that group is. Acme Pro Wrestling or something, and they had 1,000 people there.
I said what day?
That's
Whatever
gonna
the
be
last Friday of the month is.
last Friday in May.
So it'd be the 26th. 27th is Saturday
26th.
because 27th is
Yep.
Kokomo.
Yeah, it'll be Friday the 26th. Yeah, Friday the 26th. Yeah, we'll try to go.
Yeah, I'd like to see that because that'll be crazy with them two.
But yeah, 1,000 people at the Acme show.
Really.
Gonna be like Funk and Foley from ECW.
Well, if you guys talk to Joey or PT Hustler, they did a Chairs of Insanity years ago for Insanity Pro Wrestling. And it's on YouTube or video somewhere. I don't know. What's up, Big Country?
Yeah, how's it going, Big Country? Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I'd
But
like
that
to
was
see
years
too,
ago.
but
I'm
yeah,
thinking, oh, and then we seen a guy that used to wrestle for Basher back in 2001 and was actually one of his former champions. He was there, and we had a picture of him and Kelly from 2001, so we took another picture. But, yeah, we hadn't seen him forever.
Well, sounds like a pretty good weekend of wrestling.
Yeah,
Both
it
of
was
you.
great.
Well, you want to go into this our wrestling federations that we was making up. What I kind of thought we would do is we'd let you go first, Marcus, and do just your good guy tag teams. Then we'd let Chris go, and then I'd do mine, and then we'd come back and do heel, and then do
Alrighty.
that way.
so we're starting with tag teams.
And did you name your federation?
Yes. Well, for Bruce and Roger, we had the story about the promotion being created, and we were going to go with that. And the more I got to think, it's like, no, we won't do that. So, but anyhow, we had it go on Friday. But anyhow, I call it the FFWA, Fine Fantasy Wrestling Association.
Okay. My name, I'll go ahead and give my name, is SWF, Superstar Wrestling Federation. Chris, did you have a name?
Yeah, Gonzo'S Wrestling Federation.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Just change the R for an F.
Okay, there we go.
Make up a new shirt, you got it made.
Yeah.
Then explain it to Bobby what's going on there, and everything's good. So,
Hey, I wrote your name down. I will get you a message, and we'll get you scheduled to get on.
hey, we missed you Saturday, Travis. I was hoping to see you in Brutal Bend, but I know stuff happens. So, okay, so you want the face tag teams?
Yep. Your face tag teams for your federation.
All right, well, you'll see what I've done here, so I'll go from the bottom and up. I had Jerry Blackwell and King Kong Bundy because they're about the same size, and I thought they fit well. I had Jimmy Snuka and Bruiser Brody as a face tag team. And in fact, I think they were a tag team at one time. I'm not sure. And then we'll see how well we know our stuff. I had Demolition Axe and the Masked Superstar. I'm not getting it. Okay, you got it.
I got it.
well, that's why I said that one first, because then I had Andre the Giant and the Giant Machine as the other face tag team. So,
yeah.
That's my face tag teams.
Okay, Chris, we'll give your
Mine
face tag teams.
My face tag teams. I went a little different route. I went New Day, Daniel Bryan and Kane.
Okay.
I love them together. Rock and Roll Express and the Mega Powers.
Okay. I went with the Rock and Roll Express, the Road Warriors, the Steiner Brothers, and the Dudley Boys. And then, Marcus, if you want to give your heel teams.
All right, let's see where I'm going here. I think I only got one swerve in that one. Okay, I had Stan Hansen and Harley Race as a tag team. Terry Gordy and Big Van Vader. Ken Patera and Dr. D, David Schultz. And then I had Crusher Khrushchev and Demolition Smash.
Yep.
Every time I hear that name, all I think of is that Tuesday Night Titans.
Well, I went back and watched it, and I watched Dark Side of the Ring where the slap heard around the world.
Yeah.
Where he slapped, and I thought, him and Ken Patera kind of looked alike and acted alike. I thought, I'm going to put them as a tag team. So
that's a good thing or a bad thing. When I hear that name, Dr. D. Schultz, all I think of is Tuesday Night Titans now. Glenn said some of his tag teams would be Bruno Kurt Angle, Lesnar and Lashley.
Yeah, that would be
Billy Graham.
He kind of had the same thought I did.
Yeah.
Billy Graham and Hogan because they were so much alike.
Yes.
So yeah, that's fantastic.
Lashley and Lesnar had been a rumor at one point. Did you give all your heel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hills out. Oh, we're on Hills now.
Heel tag team. Okay.
Mine.
Yep.
I had Road Warriors.
You'll use them at heels, huh? Yeah. It was tough. Which way I wanted to use them.
Head Shrinkers. I was always a big Head Shrinker fan. Edge and Christian and the Outsiders.
I had the Midnight Express, Terry Bam Bam Gordy, and Dr. Death Steve Williams, Arn and Tully, and Demolition. And what I was looking at was I was trying to look at matchups like that. I could have the Road Warriors finally wrestle Demolition.
Yeah.
Something that we really didn't get to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, something we really didn't get to see. Midnight Express, Rock and Roll, Steiner Brothers, Gordy and Williams, which we've seen, but see them against Demolition or that's what I was kind of looking at when I did mine. Well, let's do our individual or single wrestlers, and then we'll do our. We'll let you go first, Mark. We'll do the good guys first, faces.
Yeah, Freebird. See, I went a whole totally different. I matched up people that you never would ever think. Well, of course, some of those you couldn't have matched up.
Yeah,
because it was the same person. But
yeah.
And you'll be surprised because who's not on the list more, I guess, than you are, and who is. So who'd you want, face or heel?
Face.
All right, my faces: Bob Backlund, 70s Bob Backlund. Not I am your president, Bob Backlund. So 70s Bob Backlund, Piper, Roddy Piper, Dusty Rhodes, Jerry Lawler, David Von Erich, and Gino Hernandez.
And that was your faces, right?
That's my faces.
Okay. Chris, you want to go?
I have Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Steamboat, Dusty Rhodes, Daniel Bryan, and Hogan.
Okay. I went with, of course, there's no big surprise here. Dusty Rhodes, one of my favorites. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, so good in the ring. Kurt Angle, another one. Bruiser Brody, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I went back and forth. I wrote down several names, but finally went with Shawn Michaels. I was looking at The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, a few others. It was really hard when you started to do this list of,
I told
like you said, names you leave off.
Mine was set, and then I went back and started scratching. So, but I've been working on this all week. So,
you want to do your heels now, Marcus?
Yeah, let's see. Where do I want to start? All right, Superstar Billy Graham. I always thought he was fantastic as champ.
Yep.
Not when he did his revision, but when he was, because he came back bald and thinned down and judo. No, I'm talking when he was. Yeah, there's so many. But yeah, when he was the world champion, that's the Superstar Billy Graham I want. And then I had Jumbo Shiruda, who didn't get a lot of credit here in the States, but was a beast in Japan. So, here's your heel, Ricky Steamboat. We talked about never making him a heel. Well, I did. And I don't remember Kerry Von Erich ever being a heel either, so I put him on the list as a heel. I'm talking WCCW Kerry Von Erich, not WWE Kerry Von Erich, because I really think it was two different people.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was. I don't know if the right word's broken, but I think he was broken to a certain degree. Well, one thing, he had that wreck and had half a foot, which at the time, I don't think hardly anybody knew that. Of course, I didn't. And plus, with everything that happened with his family, I think he was a broken person. Unfortunately.
Then I had Jesse the Body Ventura, because he actually could wrestle when he was in the AWA and stuff. I'm thinking blood clots put him on the shelf as a wrestler. That's why he went to commentary.
Yeah,
I'm thinking he had blood clots in his heart or something.
Yes, he had blood clots. Yep.
Yeah, so he had to stop doing that wrestling. But man, he was pretty good. And then I had beautiful Bobby Eaton from the Midnight Express as one of my heels too.
Eaton is probably. I don't know if he's the most, but he's up there. Underrated wrestlers in the ring. He was really, really good. I know. Well, as far as Bully Ray's concerned, he's the greatest. He thinks Beautiful Bobby Eaton's the greatest tag team wrestler of all time.
Yeah, well, I agree because he could work with anybody, and I think Arn Anderson's right up there too because Arn was a lot better as a tag team because he had the WCW titles with like 4 different people, and every team was solid because he was part of it. Not saying these tag team partners were bad.
Yeah.
It's just he worked well with everybody. So, but that's who I had my heel team.
Okay, Chris.
Excuse me. I had Roddy Piper, Jake Roberts, Ric Flair, Seth Rollins, Triple H, and Kurt Angle.
We had 3 of the same on the heels. I had Ric Flair. Of course, I had to have Flair and Dusty, going at it. I put Piper in there as a heel. I went back and forth. Did I want to use him as a good guy or heel because he was good? Both.
I think he's actually more solid as a heel, but
I think he was more solid as a heel.
Yeah.
But maybe he still got some pretty good ovations as a face too.
Hey, what's up, Jason?
I had Brock Lesnar down. I had Brock Lesnar down because I want Brock Lesnar and Bruiser Brody to go at it. I had Brody as the good guy, and I wanted Brock as the bad guy.
That'd be good.
Oh man, could you imagine?
Oh yeah, Mr. Perfect. I was a big
Oh
fan.
yeah,
of
I don't. He didn't even make my list. That surprises me. I didn't think of him.
And then I had Jake the Snake Roberts, who just
You have to have
promos.
Roberts.
And then the other one to Rick Rude.
That's a good one,
With
too.
those heels, I really like that. And something, Marcus, and see if you could come up with it real quick. I haven't wrote down anything either, but I forgot we should have put this in. We should have put down a couple of managers too, to have. Really, it's hard to put. There really wasn't very many good guy managers, so I was just going to say put 2 managers that anybody you wanted. Of course, I'd put Bobby the Brain Heenan, and then my other one would be Paul Heyman.
That'd be the 2 I would pick too.
Well, yeah, when you do know Bobby Heenan, I also liked Percy Pringle III, which ended up being Paul Bearer.
Yep, that was a good one.
Skandor Akbar was good. Gary Hart was good. Paul Jones was good. There's a lot of them if you really could start racking
Hart was
brain
good.
about
Like I said, Paul Jones was very underrated.
J.J. Dillon, yeah.
Glenn, 2000 Triple H.
Paul Ellering. We had the Road Warriors, but also had the Legion of Doom in NWA.
Jason McGraw says Sergeant Slaughter as a heel.
He was good as a heel too. And Slick,
Sheik,
I always liked
Iron
Slick.
Sheik as a heel.
Hey Marcus, I forget
And
what.
see, that was one I almost put. I almost
Iron
had
Sheik,
with Sheik. I almost went with Sheik.
Yep. I was looking at the list to get names,
Oh,
and I looked at the list. I think it was the top 100 or wrestlers of all time, and I was shocked at some of the people they had on there. I couldn't believe this. I forget what number it was. I'm going to say maybe 25 or 24. It could have been 50 or 49, but they had Larry Zbyszko one ahead of Bruno Sammartino.
No.
How could you do that?
Because Bruno's the one that beat him. Zbyszko, I
know-
don't know, had any.
I know Zbyszko broke his neck, but I mean, there's no comparison.
Arnold Skolin was the manager of Bob Backlund the night that he's the one who threw the towel in.
Yep.
$1 Million Man.
Yeah, but don't put Virgil on the list because no.
Yeah, I thought about $1 Million Man, but I ended up scratching him out and going with Rick Rude over him.
Yeah, Rick Rude was a beast too.
Oh yeah, I've got to come up with a little segment here. I'm catching you guys off guard here. It's just questions, and it's just your opinion, and it should go really quick. The first segment is who was better in the ring. Just in the ring, not promos and all that, just in the ring. British Bulldogs or Edge and Christian?
Just in the ring?
Just in the ring.
They had 2 different styles.
Yep.
See, it's hard to say that because
Yeah.
the Bulldogs were more power, Edge and Christian were more speed.
And plus, the Bulldogs were awful quick too,
Yeah.
because Dynamite was so quick.
Man, you said it was going to go quick. I don't know.
Yeah, I got two people on here, and both of them went the other way.
I'm
Honestly,
gonna go with Edge and Christian.
I would go the Bulldogs. That's just me. I
But
mean,
it's a
it's,
tough
yeah,
one.
I mean, it's tough.
Let's see. Jason says Edge and Christian. Billy says Bulldogs.
Who is more athletic?
Edge and Christian.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Jason
I
was
don't know.
saying.
I don't know. They would.
Glenn
Bulldogs were all for athletic too.
Glenn says ENC, Edge
Yeah.
and Christian. And Jake Elliott says Bulldogs for
I have to
power
agree with
and
Jake.
Christian
Yeah,
for
that's
bigger
basically what I
confidence.
thought too. Bulldogs were popular, but Edge of Christian was more popular, I
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah, I was just going by in-ring work. I mean, that's what I was going by. Yeah, because Edge and Christian on the mics and everything, when you add the total package, you got to go with Edge and Christian. In my opinion, just my opinion. When you add the total package, but I was just going by in the ring. I got another next one in the ring. Andre or the Big Show?
Big Show. Andre was an attraction. Now, he, in his earlier days, and I sent you that video, he could
Yes.
bump.
Yes.
But now you're making me think about it.
You look at Andre's in the 70s. He was different.
Yeah.
I'll say that it's hard for me
I'm
because
gonna have to go with Andre.
I didn't get to see a lot of Andre back in when he.
If
But
you
I've
look-
heard
if-
stories about how good he was before he just
Yeah, you
kept
just
getting
pretty
so
much seen the
big.
big. I would go with Andre, but
Yeah, I'll
with
go with
stuff
Andre.
in the 70s.
I'll probably go with Andre too, just because I know he's.
Now, granted, there at the end, it was just his name. It was his legacy that sold him.
Yeah. Yeah. You get into the 80s. He was in no kind of shape. I mean, he was barely. I mean, he had in some cases he had no business wrestling. So I mean,
Daniel says Bulldogs. Edge and Christian got over more, but in ring Bulldogs.
What's up, Daniel?
Yeah, how's it going, Daniel? Glenn, Big Show. Oh, you gotta look at the times
He did do a lot. Well,
He
you
was
could
Shawn
see
Michaels.
Andre doing a drop kick, but I think he did do a drop kick.
hey,
you know?
I seen Andre do a drop kick.
Yeah, I was gonna say, see, you got me thinking again because I'm
telling
thinking
you,
80s. You got to back it up more.
Yeah. You got to go in the 70s to look at Andre to compare. My next one, same thing in the ring. Now think about this: only in the ring, though, not popularity or any of this, or on the mic. Well, both guys were good on the mic, but one was really a lot better on the mic. Mr. Perfect or Stone Cold Steve Austin, or Steve Austin. Don't have to be Stone Cold because I mean that is tough. Because a lot of people, Steve Austin was really, really good in Texas and in NWA and WCW in the ring. He wasn't as good in the ring because he got hurt in WWE.
Yeah, I'll go Perfect.
Perfect was really, really good in the ring. What do you think, Chris?
Between who?
Steve Austin and Mr. Perfect in the ring. Just in the ring.
And I'm going Perfect as not only his WWE, but his AWA stuff. And yeah, I'll go Perfect.
That's tough because if you look at Austin before he got hurt,
That's true. It's
when
not,
he,
it's
when
not
he was
easy.
in WCW and before, he could really go. He had to change his style once he hurt his neck.
It's close. It's really close in the ring. Total package is probably closer than what people think. I would go with Stone Cold, just popularity, just skyrocketed and change the business. But
I'm gonna surprise you here because I'm a big Stone Cold fan. I'm gonna go Perfect just because I think he done it a little bit longer at that level as well.
Kelly Fine went Stone Cold.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's tough. It's not easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on Perfect too, Daniel.
And I got a last one, and this is more old school and newer, not new school, but it was 2000s.
Glenn said if this was easy money, this would be a pick 'em.
Yep. Eddie Guerrero. Remember, in the ring only, guys. Eddie Guerrero, Tito Santana.
Eddie.
In the ring only?
Because Tito was
I'm gonna
good,
go
but if you put the two together in their prime, I really think Eddie would walk all over Tito because he was that much more advanced, I think, in my opinion. And Tito was good, but not Eddie good.
Tito. He didn't have the speed. I mean, not that Tito was slow, but yeah, the speed. Kelly went with Eddie too. So I was leaning towards Tito, but I'm more old school, 70s and 80s. So
I know.
Bill-
And still,
Billy says Tito.
yeah.
see, I think Billy's old like me.
Well,
And
I'm
Billy
not
stick together.
disputing Eddie or Tito, but
No,
thinking,
it's
yeah.
close. Now, again, total package. You start looking at total package. I mean, Eddie, total package. I mean,
well, they didn't cut promos like they did.
no,
See, you got two. It's two different eras. So Tito was top of the line, but it's just hard to compare them because they were two different eras. So
now I'm gonna switch it up on you. I've got three of them. Who was the better heel? Rick Rude or Jake Roberts?
I'm gonna go.
I'll go
I'm gonna
Jake.
Jake Roberts.
Yeah, I'll go Jake.
And I don't disagree. I'll probably go Jake too. But would you look what Rude
Oh,
did? Rude did when he put Jake's wife on the the things and the heat that he got. Rude got tremendous heat too.
Yeah, he did.
But then Jake taking the snake and biting Macho Man. Both of them were incredible at getting heat.
Billy says old school 58.
He's even older for me. I'm 63.
Yeah. I'll be 50,
1963, not 63.
55 this year, so he's right there with us. But Roberts, yeah, I have to go with Jake.
I think I would go with Jake, but it's probably closer than what people think. Because I tell you,
hey, they put on some damn good shows. Those two,
oh yeah,
Jake and Rude. And I'd love to. Well, no, Rude got hurt too. That's why he had to manage there at the end.
Kelly says Roberts as well.
Yep.
And then Glenn says Jake.
I think Jake took it.
Yep. Next one. This should be interesting because the popularity of this character, Hollywood Hogan, bad guy. Roddy Piper, bad guy. And you stop
Piper.
thinking.
Piper. I know Hogan got that riot going at Bash of the Beach, but
Piper and Madison Square Garden.
Piper got more riots going than Hogan ever did. I'm gonna go Piper.
Yeah. Madison Square Garden when he broke out the
I'm gonna go Piper.
picture thing over Captain Blue's head.
Yeah.
And Lopper, kick Lopper.
Interrupted that wedding. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go Piper.
I go with Piper too, but Hogan, I mean, that was big. I mean,
the coconut in the head and Jimmy Sticker. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go Piper.
Because it's tough because don't get me wrong, in both cases, Piper helped make Hogan in WWE when it started out, and Hogan really got WCW going along with Nash and Hall. I think if you don't have Hall and Nash, that probably don't work. But I don't think if you have a Hogan turn, it don't work either.
No,
it kind of fit. I think Hogan turning worked better than what Sting would have. Sting might have still been enough to get him over the hump, but I don't think it would work as well as Hogan.
Right.
But I got to give it to Piper too. But it's hard.
Billy says Piper. Daniel says Piper. Glenn says Piper.
Oh yeah, the Piper when he come out the half black body paint.
Kelly says Ty.
Did you hear the story on that one? Maybe you're the one that told me that they took the cold cream or whatever, and he had to go through the airport with that mess on his face. Was it you that told me that?
It wasn't me.
Okay, I heard it somewhere that they pulled a prank and they took the stuff that was supposed to remove that crap off his face, and he had to go through the airport with that because he couldn't get it off.
Yeah, that was awesome when he did it. That time that he beat up the little person, Haiti kid, the stuff he did to him and said to him. I can't repeat what he said to him on the air. Yeah. Piper, yeah. And here's an interesting one, I think. $1 Million Man or the Honky Tonk Man.
Oh, my.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm going to have to go the $1 Million Man. He's the one that got the belt off Hogan, even though it was a weird way of going about it.
Yeah. Honky Tonk held that Intercontinental belt for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm still going to have to go Ted.
He got a lot of heat when he threw Elizabeth down. When Hogan came out and finally when they attacked Macho Man.
And she went and got him.
She went and got him. It was the Hart Foundation, and then the Honky Tonk Man. Yeah, that was a lot of heat there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Ted.
I think I'd go with Ted too, but Honky Tonk was good.
Kelly says Ted. Billy Buzz says Ted. Glenn says $1 Million Man as well. Danny says Ted. I don't know how them came in above me.
And then had another little thing here, and this is what I wrote down. I don't know if you guys can come up, anybody on top of your head. Just who's hot on the independent scene, and I'm talking about local independent scene. And here's who I had down. Carson Drake is just hot. He just won a title in Colorado. I think it's Smoky Mountain Pro, I believe. Just won a championship. Gaston LaRue is just. I've seen him wrestle a couple times, but and even not recently. Well, I did see him in Cincinnati here earlier in the year. But he is everywhere. He is just all over Facebook wrestling everywhere on all kinds of shows. Of course, Rachel Armstrong wrestling everywhere. I think Dex is really heating up again right now. Dex Royal. Not that he was super cold or anything, but I think he's really starting to peak again. And also the other one I have down is Dutch Boy Platinum, who I think's really skyrocketing right now. And that's just a few names that I came up with.
Well, I just wrote down 7, really. I had Dutch Boy Platinum because, come on, he's really come a long way.
Oh yeah.
Of course, Dex, Rachel, the highlights, and Carson Drake. But I don't know if you're familiar with Mickey Midas.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
I think he's fantastic as well.
Yes.
Very good.
So,
and he's been all over the place as well. Another one I think is starting to really get hot is Logan Myers.
Yep.
Starting to see him at a lot of different places. I know he's going you're getting ready to go to Colorado or just went to Colorado.
Blake Wright as well.
Yep.
And I think he dropped the money because he is now Blake Wright. They announced him that way again Friday. So
okay. Yeah, Blake I think is kind to don't want to say reinvent himself, but I mean when you're in the business for a while, you have to do things, change things around a little bit.
You got Dalton Love, look what he's doing. So
yeah, Dalton's doing good, and Savage Love together as a team also.
Zay Gates, I mean,
We'll say Savage Love are champions.
A couple different places, yeah.
2 or 3 different places.
But they got pinned on Saturday. There you go, Jake. That's for you, buddy. I was there. In the match of the night, and I'm not just saying that. The people I talked to said that was the match of the night at JICW.
Dalton's gonna be throwing stuff at you next.
He does anyway.
They would anyway.
No matter if
I think it's what, tape, a water bottle, what else that yet, Kokomo?
Well, Kelly was at Goodwill. I know that's a shock, but Kelly's at Goodwill, and she found a bandana, and she showed it to him. I said, "Yeah, go ahead and get it." She says, "You ought to give that to Dalton Love, and you ought to sign it." So I did. I signed it out. Best wishes, legendary superfan. Put it in an envelope. Give it to Big Pete. He gave it to Dalton. He come out. I didn't even see it. He stood up on the ring. He waved at me. Took it out. Blew his nose in it. Threw it on the ground. That was a dub Friday. Saturday, he was wearing it.
Was he?
During his match. So
that's cool.
And he PM'd me and thanked me for it. And Dalton loves the heel on me. It don't matter if he's a face or a heel. He heals on me. That's just our hate-love relationship. I think.
Trying to think of any other ones I can think of. Them are probably the main ones I can think of off the top of my head.
Well, Brody's working on it. Jake
Brody,
is working on it.
Brody, I think is definitely heading in that direction, really heating up, and not putting anybody down. I mean, there's a ton of great wrestlers, out there.
Because you seen Aaron work last night, and we seen him working Saturday, and
yeah, he's getting out there.
See, if I remember correctly, Carson Drake's only been wrestling a couple of years, I think.
And he's going to be in that promotion down in Kentucky this weekend that we were at last month. That Elite Wrestling Alliance are having their second show Saturday, and he's on that card. So,
okay.
You where you guys going to be at this weekend?
Friday we'll be at the Dub. Sunday will be at Summit. And we don't have a show Saturday. We're not going through Kentucky. It's Kentucky Derby weekend. We're not going down there. I could get a room for $40, but I'm not. Kelly's not driving through Louisville, and I said, nope, I'm not having you drive through Louisville.
See what this dog wants.
Yeah, we'll be at the convention center all weekend.
Yeah, if we could walk, we
might get to see right. You might get to see that riot you've been wanting to see, Marcus, at the next Kokomo show.
I'm ready. If we get Terry doing what he did, he is my hero. I'm telling you.
If Savage Love wins again, if they go out again and Savage Love wins,
yeah, that was fantastic.
Let's have Terry over here with the Savage Love shirt on.
That was fantastic.
They'll tag Terry. But yeah, we're at the convention center. I think there's going 3 or 4 shows a day. Is what he was saying. I got to talk to him yesterday a little bit more about it. So it should be it's gonna be a long weekend, but it should be fun.
Yeah, he's got some nice ring aprons for that. I've seen them.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be a real nice setup, and he was showing me some stuff that he's got.
If you get one of those brochures, I know he printed out a bunch of brochures for the training school. I don't know if you've seen those. They'll go on TJ Powers' page. I'm pretty sure that's what those are for, to hand out at the Comic-Con for people who want to be wrestlers.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen those.
If you can get a couple of those for me for my collection, I'd appreciate it.
I hadn't seen them yet, but yeah, I'd like to have one too. But yeah, I'll try to grab you one.
All right,
for a couple of them. Yeah, I haven't seen those yet. He was showing me some other stuff that he's going to start using that there, and then at the road shows. And I'll tell you what, it's going to look nice. It's going to look nice. Then new ring aprons and his entrance and stuff. That's cool. That stuff's cool. Yeah. I like the look that look. So. Danny said, "You are some hills." Well, we were talking about Daniel put Savage Love. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Then put Savage Love may get some bird dookie on him soon. And I told Marcus, so if Savage Love beats the Dirty Birds again, you might get to see that riot. Yeah, I said we'll have Terry stand over there with
the Terry's my hero. That's fantastic stuff.
I just wish I knew he was going to do it. I wouldn't have been over there.
We ought to put a sign on our Dallas table that says Savage Love merch. We'd really get people going.
Before we get out of here real quick, I did want to bring up
Billy had a question.
Oh, okay.
You guys bet on the Derby. I know Dad does.
Normally I do. I really haven't looked at it really hard.
Dad used to be he was always in the horse racing.
Yeah, I really love horse racing, but we've been so busy I haven't been able to go very much. But I usually go to the track here, which is more the harness racing, but I would bet on that, but I bet other track stuff too. But I've been looking at it a little bit. That favorite I think is going to be hard to beat, but I am looking at the other one. I think it's 5 or 6 to 1. I forget his name right now that I'm kind of looking at, but I think that favorite's going to be hard to beat at the Derby.
I'll have to give out Derby pick on, probably Wednesday.
Yeah.
We probably won't have shows Thursday or Friday. I know we won't have no shows Friday.
Unless we do it there.
Yeah. Depending on what maybe we might be able to do that.
Because we don't know the exact schedule yet. But yeah, bring that up real quick. This weekend we're going to be at Comic-Con and there'll be a lot of shows. I think 3 or 4 shows a day on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So be on the lookout for that. And then another thing, big announcement came yesterday and today about the Bearcat Rumble, May 13th. Going to be a big show here in Muncie, Indiana, big fundraiser for the Muncie Central Wrestling Club. And all that money goes, all the money from that show, that's everything. The tickets, the concessions, everything goes back to the club. And it goes to help pay for shoes, wrestling camps, equipment, everything for the kids, even for the little kids club and for the wrestling team, Muncie Central Wrestling Team. So it's awesome. Also, they have a female team now too. It had like 8 or 9 females on it. So I'm sure to go help them too. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I do know you can get tables of $200. You get 6 seats at that table. You get pizza and so many drinks.
2
You
drinks
guys,
to each.
yeah, you can go to DCCW's website, find more information about that. I believe.
Cage matches after intermission.
Yep.
And then they got a couple midgets coming in as well. So,
See, I'm not the only one that says it.
well, I know it's not PC. Somebody will probably get a burr up their butt because it said midget, but
I said it earlier too. But hey, it's hard.
I've heard micros. I've heard little people. I've heard midgets. I don't know really for sure.
I show no disrespect. That's just
I do know
me. So
one I haven't seen before.
Hey, one of my favorite wrestlers, and he knows it. So I love Hornswoggle. Yep. We went to the Heroes and Legends. I got to meet him. I bought a couple T-shirts of his. I was always a big Hornswoggle fan.
Well, I've seen that one. What's the names on those guys again? Because
the one we've seen before, the Eric Smalls.
I've seen him. He's good.
He's great. He's really good.
In fact, I think he wrestled for. I don't know if he wrestled for the Micros MWF or not, but
I seen him with Maples. He used to work for Maples quite a bit, and I seen him wrestle as a tag team partner to Road Dogg. And they
at Raw Center.
At Raw Center, and they took on 2 guys. And I seen Eric Smalls pick up both guys, picked up one, got the other one up there both at the same time, and give them the FU, John Cena's FU, both at the same time. That's how strong this guy is. Over 400, I'm guaranteed them dudes are 400 pounds at least, 200 pounds a piece, maybe more. And he's really good. The other gentleman I haven't seen wrestle before, I forget his name, Cowboy something. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember the rest of his name. But the big poster out. If you go to their site, and
you have the High Rollers, Ronnie Vegas, and Mike
about
King.
Anybody who's on that poster. So
yes, it's going to be a really, really good show. I'm telling you. I'm going to have a big Royal Rumble match. You're going to have
Bearcat Rumble.
Bearcat Rumble, excuse me.
Oh no,
I said Royal Rumble. Bearcat Rumble match.
Let me bring up something here in a minute.
I think there's going to be surprises. I think it's going to be a really good show. General admission tickets only $10. So. And I think the four seats are 25. So just definitely, if you're anywhere close around the Muncie area, the show the doors open at 5. The show's at 6, and that's on May 13th at Muncie Central High School.
It'll be a fun night.
Bruce McGar was telling me that XCF show that was down in the arena week before last. 60-man Royal Rumble. He said it took him forever to get through that.
I bet.
60 man,
and they were coming in every 90 seconds. So add that up. It just getting them all out there.
Billy.
Yes, I remember Cowboy Bob Ellis. I actually wish I still had it. I got to see him wrestle live. I also met him at, I believe it was a Marsh grocery store, him and Sammy Terry. I don't know if you know who Sammy Terry is, but he was big here in Indiana.
I do.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah,
my sister did too. She watched it every Friday night. I'd be in bed and you'd hear
that. I used to watch every Friday night with my grandma.
But I got to meet Cowboy Bob Ellis. Yes, I know him real well.
Grandma was a big Sammy Terry fan. I watched it every Friday night. Swoggle was AJ Styles was But no, and then Kelly says Bearcat Rumble is awesome. Yeah, and that, if you haven't been, because this is the 3rd year, but this will be the 2nd year having it at this facility. They have a nice facility there at the high school.
Is that where are they having it? Where they had it last year?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Well, then we're set to go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice facility, nice setup because you have that big bleacher area as well. So should be fun.
Well, I think for rows 25, but I think everything else on the floor is a different price, but it's 10 for the bleachers. But I'm thinking there's a third price in there.
Well, originally they said front row was 25, and then they said general admission 10. But then today on I think it said on the poster or one thing that said floor seats 25.
Okay, it might be.
And bleacher 10. So I'm not absolutely sure on that. Maybe they're just putting front row on the floor seats. I don't know.
I'm trying to look now to see if I
know Terry Coons had a hard time because people got him off track because they were making fun of everybody last night.
Which Terry loves. Terry loves that though.
All right, tickets. Oh, hold on, I messed it up. Tables $200, floor seats $25, general admission $10.
Okay, I thought Terry mentioned a third one in there, but
that's what's on the poster.
Yeah.
Well, I've already reserved mine. He's got me taken care of. So
But there's also 2 Dutch boys on the poster. So,
yeah,
I mean, something's messed up here.
Dutch boy loved it. It was good for his ego. But yeah, it's going to be a great show. So if anybody, if you can go check it out, definitely check it out because it's for a really good cause. But it's also going to be a great show. You'll get your money's worth. I guarantee it.
oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Last year was awesome. I know this year don't have some of the names, but it'll be a great show. DCCW always puts on a good show, and with the talent you have on this, I'm looking at this poster right now. With the talent you have on this poster, I don't think you could have a bad show.
No.
It's just about who's who in state right now.
Yeah, some of the best definitely, and then some of the best trained because we know where they've been trained.
We get to see IK3, and that's always a highlight for me because he's really one of my favorites. So and it's about the only shows I don't see him anymore.
Hopefully, we're going to get the promoters on and talk to them soon, and maybe we can get a few matches out of them, a couple matches out of them.
So you only got a week.
I know.
We're working.
I'm working on it. I'm trying. I've been talking to them.
Well, I'm just telling you, you got a week.
Yeah, Marks, we was talking maybe Monday night instead of. Well, I've got a couple ideas. Maybe we'll talk off there on that. Yeah.
Well, I know you guys will be wore out from Comic-Con, so just let me know what we need to do.
So we had a couple ideas on that, but this is all I got to know. Hey, Marcus, I like the question things we did today. I'll come up with a few more like that. Won't you come up? Yeah, you see. I was going to see if you want to come up with a few too.
All right. Well,
maybe if I think I had maybe a total of 9-10 questions, and we'll add that to the show, and then we'll come up with what our next topic is going to be. Yep. I think we're good to go, guys.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we got 2 weeks before that. This week Comic-Con, next week Bearcat Rumble.
Yeah, we're going to be busy next 2.
Warrior Pro. That's going to be 2 solid weeks in a row for you guys. Because there's a Warrior Pro the day after the Bearcat Rumble. Is it not?
No, the following weekend.
Yeah, it's the 21st, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, let me look at my calendar because I thought we had something on the 17th.
Well, there was going to be there was a chance of a WCWO show on the 14th, but that's not going to that's not going to happen.
Okay, so Mother's Day, they're not doing that?
No, they decided not to do it because it was Mother's Day.
Well, I'll get that.
I don't know if it's getting moved or to a different time, but yeah, I found that out yesterday.
Okay, thanks for telling me. So that'll free that whole day up for us now.
But they are good for June 10th and 11. Right, as of right now, that's the next road show.
June 10th, right?
Yep.
All right.
And we're going to be at this one. So first 11 of the show, I was sick. Second 11 of the show was WrestleMania. We're going to make it to the third one.
Okay,
yeah. First one we was at halftime, and the second one the tornado came through the night before, so we was wore out waiting on everything here. So.
Yeah, and like we said, you're more welcome to do commentary with us. But yeah, we're going to be set up at that one. I was talking to Joey last night about it. Anthony Price says the WWE draft is stupid.
I've liked it so far this year, but we'll see what happens tonight. It'll start at 8:00 tonight on Raw.
But hey, we appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. I'm also in the process of getting where this show will start being available on the podcast network as well. If you'd just like to be able to listen to the audio versions of it. When we do get that up, I'm going to add all the independent pro wrestling interviews that we've done. Will also be on there that you can listen to an audio version. It'll be available on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast, you'll basically be able to get it. So I'm working on that. We got our sports betting shows on there, and it's starting to pick up, do pretty good. So I want to get the wrestling show on there as well. So be on the lookout for that. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube, like and follow on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room as well. That's where we post everything about our upcoming shows. Like Dad mentioned, we're going to be at the Comic-Con this weekend with WCWO wrestling for 3 days of multiple shows. Then next Saturday night, got the Bearcat Rumble. We'll be airing that live at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. So come join us for that. And you have anything?
No, I'm good to go.
And then if it's your first time watching, we do sports as well. We got a sports betting show Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Easy Money, a sports betting show. We also have a sports talk show Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights at 11. So join us later tonight for that. But we appreciate everybody watching, and we will see you guys. See you guys next Monday for another episode of G.W.R. And where's the button at?
That'd be absolutely devastating.
This is G.W.R. show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn podcast I've ever been on.